so I can like have everything. So like if you could tell me anything, hold on, let me check my status. Can I get your name by the way?
Ned.
What's up, Ned?
All right.
If you could tell me anything for me to go in a different route or whatever's on your mind right now, what is it?
Truly never judge a book by its cover.
Wait. Let me redo it. You know that call a lot now. But what would you say?
To answer your question is to never judge a book by its cover till you read it and sit down and talk about what you read.
Can I ask you one more question?
Sure.
What is your outlook on life?
My outlook on life is try to do what you can to help somebody to the max without hurting yourself, and look for the brightness and the darkness of people.
So could I ask you, was it a time and a place where you were helping others instead of yourself?
In my life, that's been constantly, and I received burnout from it, mistreatment, but also the greater fruit of it is those people who really needed it, what I was saying. But I realized I was getting burnt out and mistreated by the ones who just wanted what I was, what I was saying. And it's a difference between a need and a want.
So, oh my bad.
You all right? Go ahead.
So for someone that going through that type of stuff, like what would you tell them?
Look at the situation and see, is it needed? Is it truly critical without hurting anybody? Or is it wanted? If it's wanted, it's something that in the long run is temporary, not long hand, and doesn't fulfill you. It's just like, for example, fast food. Most people think fast food fill you. It doesn't. It's illusion. It fills you for a hot second, but in the long run, it does nothing for you but harm you. Or you can take a look at Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid, yeah, it quenches your thirst, but in the long run it hurts your body because too much sugar in it, too much color in it. But somebody who mixing the two would say, well, it got water in it. Water is healthy. You can't say about water. No, that water is tainted because you need water, but you want the flavor and you want the sugar. Now your wants is taking you out instead of your need. So I'll tell anybody, seek people who need you. Temporarily satisfy the people that want you, but don't allow them to take over your life. If they cannot deposit into your bank account, you withdraw yourself out of the situation and find some people who make some deposits and withdrawals and vice versa.
That's deep. Appreciate that, Ned.
Oh, no problem. See, see the problem with me, you had to catch your wise.
Yeah, I was about to say, I didn't want to be awkward and just, you know,
But we talked about this before. It's just the very people you need to heal your life is the very people you don't want. The ones you don't want is the ones you need.
Yeah.
Because mutual love company, bear the fellow flock together, you get the association. Those are the people that most people want to be around. But the people to heal you is the ones who they can look like what I just said, but it's a difference. They have one little ounce of light of correction, and they are willing to correct you all out lost. They don't care how mad you get, how much of a tantrum you throw. The main problem is they want to see you whole. And that same thing applies on the college campus. And I'll tell anybody, I used to tell people when I used to work on the college campus in the laboratory, if you don't have that friend that say, hey, what you about to do? I'm going to go to the library. And I was, so let me come study with you. Well, I'm not doing that. Let me come study with you. I ain't got to study, but I sit there. That's the friend you want. Because if they're not willing to set in on the transformation process, on your success. But the problem is, conditionally, we want those people that took our fancy. No. That goes male, and female friendships. Same thing. If that person can't build you up, let them stay on one level. As my mom said, you have very few friends. You have very few friends, but you have a whole lot of associates.
Yeah.
And the way she changed it up, she said she had to teach me this. She said, spell associate. A-S-S, stop. Remember, this associate is a person. Whenever they go amok in your life, they'll give you the first 3 letters of their name for you to kiss. A friend will block you, look like associate, but will sit there and let you walk out and say, are you done? Now, solve the problem. That's the person you want in your life to help you develop and grow. If that person don't do it spiritually, cut them off. I don't care how good they look, how much money they get, cut them off. Because in the long run, you ain't gonna have no peace. That person will leave you on the ground bleeding and say, you're the fool to trust me. That comes from the parable of the old man and the snake. Look it up. That's from that parable of the old man and the snake. So, life lesson is never judge a book by its cover. You can learn some of your worst enemy. But you got to be socialized one way or another. You got to reach out. It wasn't designed to be alone. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's what I learned and what I deal with. So for people who think, oh, he not good looking or he sound crazy, that's fine. As one say that, there's 10 others who is thirsty to hear what I got to say, because people need to learn from other people who went through, who went to share. But you're dealing with people that's a one-way road, cut them off, because they're gonna lead you on dead end street.
I appreciate that.
Oh, no problem.